Hi, I'm Roman, and this is Anatomy of a Shot with Film Reframed. Today I want to talk to you about this amazing image from The Fall. The Fall is a movie that prides itself on expertly captured depictions of rare and exotic locations, managed with a level of precision and detail that you don't often see in cinema. Everything about the images in this film say, meticulously crafted, could never happen by accident, could only be possible through the magic of cinema. And so Tarsem is taking these exotic locations that are very beautiful in a National Geographic sense, but then shooting them in a way that applies narrative to the beautiful location. So when we look at this composition, we're trying to understand how Tarsem is using the location to aid in his visual storytelling and create a narrative purpose for expressing the themes of the film. We'll begin with Darwin, the focal point of the image. He draws our attention because of the bright, saturate red in his attire, which stands out against the background context of desaturated, neutral tones. He is also surrounded by a light value flag, which is provided by the flat, empty surface in the bottom of the frame. While the top of the composition is visually busy, the bottom remains organized and easy to read on first glance. The light and shadow patterning throughout this image is truly one of a kind, and is created through the unique construction of this location. To best highlight this repeating pattern, the filmmaker shot at a very specific time of day to allow for the top of each staircase to be bathed in light and the side plane of each staircase to be cast in shadow. Notice how the pattern on the stairs to the right of the composition is less dynamically pronounced because it is being lit from a different angle. This emphasis comes from contrast. Thematically, the most striking characteristic of this composition is the angle it's shot from. Notice the leading lines created here by the architecture that draw our attention down to Darwin. The high angle of this shot also removes our perception of the horizon line, allowing the patterned stairs in the background to appear infinite and hypnotizing. At this moment in the film, the bad guys are closing in, and Darwin is experiencing his final moments. By placing him in the lower sliver of the frame, we are foreshadowing his demise and weighting the composition above him, which we can then interpret as existentialism weighing on his mind, or perhaps the world crashing down on top of him. Recalling the title of the film, The Fall, this composition emphasizes the pit that Darwin will soon be cast into. Remember that the words you use to describe what you see in a composition are often indicators of its subconscious meaning. Overall, this image draws our attention to a small focal point through color, value flagging, and leading lines, then calls our attention to an existential repetition of shape and shadow. By finding a narrative purpose to connect with the visual magnificence of an exotic location, the filmmakers were able to create an unforgettable image that is evocative and meaningful.